This is the Big O Show. 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 This is...
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura Integra. $229 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Link, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Link. Be the maestro of your own home.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It's game day at Toyota of Hollywood. Our All-Stars are here to give you our MVP experience. Join the fun and feast on discounts up to $4,500. Huddle up and score big on a 25 Corolla. Not $26,000, $17,988. It's a tailgate party you don't want to miss. So gobble up the savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store, Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days from Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura ADX. $239 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Boys and girls, welcome aboard here on Le Programme. We are coming to you live, of course, like we do every Tuesday here at Hialeah Park. Yes, sir. We're in the second floor poker room. That's what she said. And so come on out, enjoy it. Folks are there, smoke free. They have a smoking area too downstairs for you smokers, but smoke free here in the second floor. Also,
in the gaming area, the machines downstairs. And they got some tables there too, also. So good stuff. But they've got some stuff on the outsides, all shaded and everything, and great fans and all that. So it's nice and cool, and you can enjoy yourself. Although today's not really like a burning sun, actually, because it's kind of cloudy. Anyway, so we are here at Hialeah Park. Come on out, enjoy the loose slots, enjoy the food, the gaming. You can wager on tracks all over the country. And, of course, you can get the Hard Rock Sports app through the Hialeah Park website right there. So if you don't have it, sign on right there. Use that QR code. It's a beautiful thing, man. So we got some stuff to talk about. David Furones will join us. We'll have a little fun with him in a few minutes. We'll talk, I guess some stuff happened with the Dolphins. I'm not exactly sure, but maybe something, I guess. I don't know. So yesterday we had the Purge. So we'll talk a little bit more about the Purge. We talked about it yesterday while it was happening, because it happened during our show. If you watched it yesterday or were listening, you heard the show while all the cuts were going on. Chubb happened right before we went on, and then the other three happened right while we were on. And I'm sure there's some more moves and cuts to come, and we'll get to that. So we got some stuff to talk about today on the show. We'll wait for the Panthers and the Heat to come back from their breaks, the Olympic break. Panthers won't be back till the 26th. Today, by the way, at 3:10, if I remember correctly, Latvia and Sweden, the winner plays USA tomorrow, right? I think that's what it is, right? Of Latvia, Sweden, which is at 3:10, I think today. If I remember my notes correctly, I think it's Latvia, Sweden, or I'm sorry, Latvia, Sweden. Whoever wins then takes on the USA. That's, I think, how it goes. You'll check it for me there. Exactly. And Wednesday they play at 3:10. So whoever plays today has to play the USA tomorrow after 1 day of rest. Wow, the USA has been resting 4 days. So, hey, when you're the big dog, you get to do those kind of things. It's a beautiful thing. So that's the way it goes. All right. Don't forget, folks, smash the hell out of the like button. Very important to always smash the like button, okay? That gets the algorithms going and tells other people about the show and all that kind of good stuff. And, of course, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. You can send in your questions, comments, insults. Either way, it's all good. We appreciate it. We love it, especially the insults. Those are always fun to have, as always. So thank you all out there. Thank you. Bitcoin, by the way, is at 67,973. The market, I know we were in the green. We're still nicely in the green at 120 points up for the Dow. The S&P is up 23 points, and the NASDAQ is up a point. That's what we got going on. I believe. I think my board is refreshed. I think so. I'm gonna hold it there for a second and see if it changes. So there you go. All right. By the way, coming on the, I don't know when you'll post it, but defender Abigail Abby, who had a goal and an assist. We had a nice interview with her just a little while ago. That will be posted. When do you do that, Master of All? Tonight. So for those, tomorrow morning. Oh, Furones will be tonight. Abby will be tomorrow morning. All right. So Furones will be tonight, and Abby will be tomorrow morning. So make sure you hit all our Fort Lauderdale United interviews. Please be supportive. Go to the interviews. Check them out. They're fun. We get to find out about the human being, which is cool. And hit the like button. Pile up them likes on the Fort Lauderdale United, and get your tickets at FTLUTD.com or use that QR code right there, baby. Yeah. All right. Go support our Fort Lauderdale United. And we thank our friends at All Year Cooling and Plumbing for, of course, sponsoring our program in business since 1973. That means this is year number 53 starting. It's impressive. Over 350,000 satisfied customers from Vero Beach all the way down to Homestead and also in Naples, too. So if you are in Naples and you need some help with your plumbing or AC, the number one AC and plumbing service in Florida is All Year Cooling. 888-204-5554 and tell them that Big O sent you. Extended warranties, financing available, same-day installations, free repair services, 7-day-a-week service. They are awesome, okay? I should know. My AC is 16 years old, all right? So All Year Cooling doesn't screw around, man. They're good people, man. Good people. Tommy and everybody out there are good people. All right, what do we got here? Jaybird is in the house. Thank you, sir, for smashing it and the like button, too. Let's see. Overhaul of the Dolphins nets us. Rough but interesting waters ahead for Fins fans. Let's hope so. NorCal in. Oscar Rojas. Think Blue Dodgers. He is hotboxing in the car right now with some loud and smashing it. And the like button, too. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Water is life, bro. Cosa Nostra is in. He's listening at the same time. Cannabis, cannabis, cannabis. Is that like a theme here today or something? Man of 1,005 holds. You're not cannabis? What's wrong with you? Lenny Pena. He says, Sully ain't playing around. He's cleaning house and trying to repair all of Chris Greer's mistakes. I still don't get how Greer was GM for 10 years. He wasn't GM for 10 years. Oscar Rojas, Big O, I say tear it all down and get rid of anybody that's older, costing. Yeah, no, of course. And that's what they're going to do. They get to do that now. That's why I told you, all the people, Tua, whatever, and all that. No, Tua's not coming back, bro. They're going to part ways now. This is their chance. This is their chance. They have to unload all of these people now. Alexis Palenzuela, Greg Schultz. Now that Hill is being released, can you share the story you had on him? Are you prepared? When yeah. Okay, next week. Next Monday. Prepare yourself. How about that? He's got to do some stuff so I can do what I can do. He needs to do what he has to do. But it's coming now. Now I'm free. I'm free. Free. So I'll save it for Monday. Okay? So I could do it the right way. Monday. Be there. Aloha. Okay? You're going to trip. Anyway, let's see. What else? Man of 1,005 holds. No news with the fans. Nothing big. Wink, wink. Brian Landis. Let the pain begin. Oh, that's been going on for 40 years. Rick Lots of Money says good morning to all. Nice. He must be out in the West Coast. James Vivinetti. What? What do you say? Rick lost money. Oh, okay. Well, Rick, I'm hoping you have lots of money. Okay, that's kind of that's what I'm hoping for you, Rick. You're gonna have lots of money, not lost money. You need to have lots of money. You deserve lots of money, Rick. That's what I wish for you, bro. What can I tell you? James Vivinetti is in the house. Jaybird says Abby's goal last Saturday was watching the replay a few times. Yes, it was. The offense was just much more fun to watch this week. It was a little more open. So we'll see what another week of coaching, and we'll see. Hopefully you get on track. Big Mouth Ralph. Ralph is in. Trade Waddle. Clean house completely. Cosa. spill the beans. Yeah, but I want to do it right. You know, you've waited this long. It's not a big deal. So I need the production value behind it. So, you know, I knew it was coming. So I told him a few days ago to get some stuff. And that's why I turned to him. Did you get what I needed? And he hasn't had it yet. So, you know, blame him. Blame him. It's coming. Relax, bro. It's the off season. We got plenty of time. Listen, man. I'm sitting on so much stuff from 30 years. You know, this is just like one little thing on top of others, many other things that have gone on. So, but yeah, when you get it, when I tell you on Monday, you'll never believe anything again. There you go. So, sorry. I'm going to have to do that. You know what I mean? So it just kind of, I do those things and I can't do anything about it. Let's see. Rick D. Man, he says, been a while, but I'm back. Good to have you back, Rick. Appreciate you, sir. Dow's up 137 points now. S&P almost 25. NASDAQ about a point. By the way, Michael Saylor announced today that he is buying again, or bought, obviously. He announced it on Sunday, but Monday they were off. So they couldn't announce it because the banks are closed. So today the banks are open, and they acquired 2,486 Bitcoin for $168.4 million. Just, you know, small. It's when he buys 164 million, Sean, it's like, what a slacker. Like, really? Not a $500 million, not $750 million? What are you doing? Only 168 billion. Cheapo. Anyway, he bought it at 60, huh? Right. Yeah. It slowed down the selling. Yeah, the buying. I mean, he got it at 67,710 per coin. So now he actually is lowering his average. So as of now, they hodl now a total of 717,131 Bitcoin. You know, at one point we're going to say 1 million. It's coming. It'll take a little bit because, you know, it takes a while to acquire 1 million Bitcoin at $54.52 billion at 76,027 per Bitcoin. Yeah, it's fantastic that you right now, those of us get to stack cheaper and cheaper and lower the average of your Bitcoin right now, because it was higher than this for a while. So now you get to buy more Bitcoin and you're buying it cheaper, which is just a beautiful thing. I'm loving this, dude. I love dips. Dips are my favorite thing. I just stay buying. And then when you're dipping, I buy more and more, as much as I can, so it doesn't stop. And is that UBS, by the way, the Feds, the UBS has announced that they expect the Feds to cut a quarter point in June and in September. That's when the new Fed chair takes over for Powell in May. So all of a sudden in June and September, you start getting cuts right away. Eric Trump just announced that his American Treasure Company, his Trump family company, just acquired its 6,000th Bitcoin. Now they own 6,000 Bitcoin. We're talking about how much Saylor has, and they have 6,000 Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like, that's nothing, but still having 6,000 Bitcoin is enormous, dude. Okay, so all the leveraging that's going on in the market right now is what's hurting everything. The shorts, the longs, and that's all the pressure that's happening, plus FUD and stupid talk, quantum, or whatever it is. All this stuff is to scare people. And they've been so successful at doing it, and that's what they do. The soft hands pretty much are selling. There are some OG Bitcoin holders that have dumped, which I never I never fault somebody that's been holding for years and years and take some profits. I mean, that's what it's there for. That's why you've held it for years and years, because you bought it way cheaper, and so you want to take some profits. That's normal now at this point. So for me, this is just, as I've been telling you steadfast for months now, this is just a transition of wealth. And this is the wealthy and the powerful scaring the middle class and the lower class and anybody that holds, and scaring them because a lot of people don't do their homework and they don't keep up with everything going on in the economy and our dollar and trade and everything going on everywhere. Our dollar compared to other dollars and everything else. It's all boring stuff. So I totally understand, but that also creates a lot of people that are unprepared and they don't understand. Not financial advice. This is never financial advice, because I certainly am not a financial advisor, never will be a financial advisor. But this is just my opinion on what I'm doing and the way I look at it. And to me, this is just one of those valleys that the markets always have, and they always bounce back. And they bounce back even stronger. And I've been telling you for a while now, when we rip, it's going to be more violent than ever. And that's what's going to end up happening. It's going to be more violent than ever once we get the bill passed, for the crypto bill passed. Then all that money is going to come in like an avalanche, and it's going to take off. And those that took advantage of it early on are the ones that are going to cash in a big time way and set up their families. So, and by the way, we thank our friends Ray and Mike at R&M Contractors, because they're always sponsors of our crypto segment. 305-345-3649 for complete remodels, kitchen upgrades, waterproofing terrace, balcony, flood test report, impact windows, door installations. They have it all. They do it all. You know, when I think about a complete remodel, maybe they should take over the Dolphins. Ray and Mike, I mean, they've been going to Dolphin games. They probably understand it more than they do. They do one hell of a job. Go to their Instagram page, RMC Fisher Island, at RMC Fisher Island on their Instagram page. You're going to see some work like you've, rarely see out there, and it's going to impress you. So check it out there. All right. R&M Contractors, 305-345-3649. All right. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Always appreciate it out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shia LaBeouf is a basket case. Yeah, Kyle, he's been that basket case for a long time, man. Yeah, long time. Yeah, that is that's he's been a head case for a while. What's up, Gus 1388? Looks like my wish came true. Clean house Dolphins. Now let's see if we sink or swim for once and forever. Well, we won't find out if we're swimming for a few years, my brother. But at least we'll see if they can rebuild the right way. We'll find out. Unfortunately, this last rebuild was not done the right way. Stoney Stanley in the house. Lisa Rose. Thank you all out there. By the way, the lazy media, it's like clockwork, and Tyreek Hill gets released, and because it's the offseason, well, the Kansas City Chiefs should bring him back to wrap up the career. Oh, where does Tyreek Hill fit best? Bro, do you even know if Tyreek Hill can play? First of all, like, he mangled that knee up so badly that it's a career-threatening type of injury. He's not going to be himself ever again. There's a very good chance of that, especially in his 30s now. When you're 22 and 25 and 18, you can bounce back from some of these devastating injuries because you're young enough. But once you get older and you have all that wear and tear, it's a lot harder to bounce back from all of that stuff. And then you have all that baggage off the field that, like, did anybody forget? It's just the dumbest shit out there. But I get it. It's the slow part of the season. So I'll write an article about should the Bills add him? Because you have idiot Bills fans that are going crazy about adding Tyreek Hill. You have Chiefs people or media or national media saying, oh, they should reconcile one more time. It's like, if you're Kansas City, aren't you tired of continually adding knuckleheads at wide receiver? Like, that's all you do. And so now you're going to bring back a guy that didn't stop being a knucklehead and still has a shit ton of baggage, plus a mangled knee, and he's 31. But fans are suckers in general, and they eat up stupid stories like this. And, it's kind of like sheep, they can't live without this sport. It's kind of a drug. So they make anything into a story, even though it's not one. The guy's a long ways away from returning. Long ways away. He's so far away from returning that nobody has him in his plans for free agency right now because he's not healthy. They're not going to talk about him during the draft. And they're not even going to worry about him in the summer because he probably will not be ready. So it'll take a while, and everybody will have their plans in place. This is reality, not the silliness that you see out there from ESPN or local writers or national writers or podcasters or whatever. It's just a lazy story, dude. It's all it is. It's a lazy story because the real story is, can Tyreek Hill ever come back to have one more season in the NFL after that injury? That's the question. Not if he fits anywhere. He shouldn't be wanted anywhere, pretty much. There's way too much baggage and now a massive injury to plan or count on Tyreek Hill. Think about that. You can never count on Tyreek Hill anymore. Now you're going to count on him at 31 with a mangled knee. I'm sorry, what kind of a franchise do you have? What are you rooting for? Because whatever you're rooting for is broken. That's not the guy you go after. Now, if Waddle's going to get traded or he's on the okay, if you want to make a move for a guy that, is younger and healthier, whatever, that's fine. But a guy like Tyreek Hill, Waddle doesn't get arrested off the field all the time and has problems. And right now he has issues as it is. It's ridiculous. It's a lazy story. But it fills time, it fills space, and you'll get clicks. Yes, sir.
I feel like this is what you talked about I believe, was it Monday or was it Friday? Where you said, no, I think it was Friday because it was Malik Willis you were talking about, where Dolphins and Browns are the teams in contention.
Right.
For them. And
this is all you need to know. The Browns and the Dolphins are in contention for Malik Willis. That's all you need to know. They're not battling Minnesota, who really needs a quarterback right now, pretty much. No. It's not Houston saying, the CJ Stroud's not, let's bring a guy in just in case CJ Stroud goes awry. No. The teams are actually close and need a quarterback or something. They're not the ones that want Malik Willis. It's the two franchises that have no business seeing the playoffs for the next couple of years and have terrible teams, that they're the ones that want Malik Willis. Yeah, it's a bad sign. Yeah.
Or before Mario got here, right?
Yeah.
It was the Canes battling Navy.
Right. But remember that?
For recruits.
Yeah, our recruits, right. Yeah. We're trying to beat out Navy and Tulane for a recruit. Like, really? These are the recruits we're getting nowadays? It's the same shit. Same shit. It's crazy, man. It really is. And by the way, I'm not so sure about the Miami interest myself. I think it's a freaking smokescreen. I really do. I just it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So, you know. What can I tell you? Let's see. R.I.P. the legend Robert Duvall. Yes, man. What a great actor. Love Robert Duvall. But hey, man, he made it in 95. That's a full life right there. You know, we can't feel, oh man, he died at 48. Like, who just died at 48 right now? That's young. Yeah, Vanderbeek. Poor guy, man. He died of cancer and 48 years old, man. That's just terrible. And what is it, 3-4 kids? Oh, because he was battling cancer.
I think he was battling since 42 or 43. He said he had it. So, I mean, that's when, you start living. Some people start living their lives then. But.
Right. Yeah. Just terrible, man. Terrible.
He didn't have any health. I mean, sure, he had health issues, but it wasn't like anything. He just
this just came out of
natural causes. So it wasn't like he was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did watch Days of Thunder.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Love Days of Thunder. I've seen that movie like 5 times. When you run in, if I run into Days of Thunder halfway through, I might watch the whole thing, the rest of it. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. I love Days of Thunder. And Robert Duvall was fantastic in it. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. All right. Big O, Omar Kelly is reporting that he's looking good. He saw him at that famous guy's training facility that trains everybody. But again, it's Omar Kelly reporting. That tells you everything. I don't know. I haven't seen any of that. Tyreek is a long ways away from anything, bro. Long ways away. So we'll see. Tyreek is too prideful since the Chiefs won 2 titles without him. And since his dumb ass said Tua is the best QB he played with, I doubt he'll be going to the Chiefs nor the Chiefs to take him. I don't think the Chiefs will take him. I mean, they are stupid when it comes to receivers. They do take knuckleheads, So, yeah, they're the Steelers, right? Yeah. What made Tyreek? Yeah. What made Tyreek elite was his speed. Without speed, he'll be average, if any good at all, in my opinion, says Rick. I don't think he'll have that speed that he had before. I just don't think so.
Definitely
Duvall in colors, yes, with Sean Penn, and Maria Conchita Alonso. Hey, Pac-Man. Yeah. Let's run down there. No. You know what what the bull said to the little bull or whatever? Let's just walk down and F them all. Yeah, Robert Duvall, baby. NorCal, that's right. 3 Door Down singer just died at 46. Yeah. Exactly.
And one other thing I've heard about Tyreek too is the twitch. Like that's not going to be there as much.
Yeah,
the little the quickness, the little twitching, stopping, and you're not getting that back.
No, man.
Quickly.
And that takes a second year, which is another year that you're older, not getting better. It just you gotta understand that plateaus are reached and they never are reached again. And that's why when you gotta part ways, like we talked about with Tyreek, you should not have guaranteed that last year. You would have been out. You would have never gone through the injury. You never would have experienced this past year. You would have never been on the hook for anything. You would have gotten out, but they didn't know how to get out. And then, when X had the 10 interceptions, right, that's the moment. And they hung on, and most of you also wanted to hang on. None of you wanted to trade X because it's hard for the fan on average. It's hard for the front office on average to really say, okay, wow, what a great year. We need to do it now. It's so hard to do that because you keep intoxicated and you're nervous that it's going to continue, and you got to let it go. So Tyreek Hill will never be Tyreek Hill again. You got to let it go, and that's why I laugh at these stories that are out there. All right, let's do it. Dolphins with the Purge. David Furones is covering the scourge in our Welt and Realm Miami Dolphins report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welt and Realm Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
All right. How you doing, my brother?
I'm feeling good. About a week away from the combine, so I'll be heading out there next week. And you're
covering the scourge. You're covering the scourge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The purge has begun. So new era. Yeah.
Yep. The purge, and you cover the scourge. So that's kind of the way it goes. So what'd you think? There's zero surprise on the releases. So what'd you think on the four cuts?
Yeah, no surprise. I mean, you knew this day was coming. Now we just wait for what the final resolution will be with Tua. But you always knew Tyreek Hill, even if it was this regime, if it was the old regime, if he had gotten hurt, if he had not gotten hurt, this was always going to be the ultimate final scenario for Tyreek Hill with Miami was going this offseason. So no surprise there. But that was the big one, just when you finally reach that moment and it does become reality is a different thing. And then Bradley Chubb, it always seemed to be that way once he was restructured to return last year, coming off the 2024 where he didn't play and he was rehabbing the knee injury from the end of 2023. But good for him, the way he positioned himself with a nice bounce back season, 8.5 sacks. And the Dolphins were, even if it was the old regime, I think unlikely to see this 2026 season with Bradley Chubb and the salary he was bound for. So
he was gone.
No surprise. And then the other two, James Daniels, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, didn't produce. James Daniels barely played, 3 snaps. You hurt yourself slightly by letting him go, but why keep him around? A guy who, as our Dave Hyde reported, didn't want to come back once he had the pectoral injury 3 plays into the season. And Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, I didn't see the end zone once, barely saw receptions as a Dolphin after he had 9 touchdowns the year before with Tennessee. So it was just shocking to see how he fell off so quickly in one season in a new system.
Well, it's bad coaching, of course, because you don't know how to implement players, but that's just that's kind of the way it goes. That's a whole other ball game. The one thing that is in hindsight for yours truly, of course, because you've been on with me now for a couple of years, I just hate watching what I saw yesterday because Bradley Chubb wasn't supposed to be on your roster, just like last year, Calais Campbell. And one of the reasons why I think Chris Greer isn't here, one of the main reasons, is that he listened to his coaches too much. And Mike McDaniel was a guy that didn't put any value in guards, didn't put value in tight ends, didn't put value in big wide receivers. It took him, it was an impossibility into his 4th year when he finally started to implement a tight end into his offense. So this is a guy that just really didn't get it, overall. And then you see he wants to keep Chubb and he wants to keep Calais because he wants to make a run. And that's one thing that I hate, because those 2 guys should have brought you picks and you should have been trying to rebuild like the other moves that they made last year that helped for the future. That was one move that you should have made with Chubb to help out for the future.
Yeah, at 2-6 2 years ago, at 2-7 last year at the trade deadline. Those are generally points in a season where you decide, okay, now you have to go looking for the haul of draft picks. And I know Chris Greer had been let go that Thursday right before Was it right before the trade deadline, or they still had the Atlantic? Now I got my timeline mixed up, but
yeah. No, it was the other. It was the new regime. It was
right,
Champ
then it was
that
Champ Kelly.
traded Phillips. Yeah.
Right.
But you should have traded Chubb.
Yeah.
Bro. You know.
Yeah.
Either way, dude. Management has always made wrong moves for 40 years. That's nothing new, dude. You know what I mean? This is not a Chris Greer thing. This is not an Ireland thing. This is not a Spielman thing. This is not a Mueller thing. This is not a Shula thing. This is not a Jimmy Johnson thing. This is a Dolphin thing. You know what I'm saying? They're all a bunch of screw ups, dude. You know, Jimmy Johnson had a chance to get Drew Brees and he screwed up. And then Wannstedt had the next chance to get Drew Brees and he screwed up, right? Jimmy had the chance to get Randy Moss. And he had the balls to tell us, no, don't worry, Larry Shannon will be just as good in the third round. You know, so stupidity has been there for the Dolphins for forever, bro. It doesn't matter. But this is what I'm saying, that you weren't going anywhere at 2-6 and 2-7. The Calais Campbell last year by Greer and now this year by Champ, not trading, Chubb. It was stupid. Some kind of a pick for Chubb. A contender would have traded for Chubb, dude.
And there's a greater point to this in that in the NFL, when you're vying to keep your job, then you want to hold on as long as possible, because if it's Mike McDaniel, if it's Chris Greer, you don't want to signal too early this rebuild is going on, because then Stephen Ross might decide, well, you're not going to be allowed to conduct this new rebuild. It's going to be someone else. So that's part of it too, is that when guys have their time.
But wait a minute. You made two other trades for future picks. So there was already a trend.
Yeah, but it wasn't an all out. It wasn't an all out. I know.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. What part of the last offseason showed you they went out for anything? At what point in the offseason that it showed you that they were trying to compete for a playoff spot?
Oh, no, they didn't make big free, but they couldn't, because they already spent up all the money from previous commitments.
Well, again, not true. If you wanted to renegotiate salaries and open up cap space, you could have done that, because they can do that in the NFL over and over again and keep pushing the credit card down the line. It would have gotten worse and worse. But they could have done it.
That's the problem. It would have gotten worse.
No, I get it, but they could have done it if they wanted to, and they didn't. The entire offseason last year was not about the now. It was about the future, because the Jalen Ramsey trade was about the future, and the other trade that you made, that you got another pick in return, a third rounder. Who was it?
Oh, well, all right.
That was in the draft. That was in the draft.
Within the draft. Yes.
Right. So you got a future third rounder, and then you got a future fifth rounder. So you weren't trying to win last year at all. And that's why I told everybody, prepare yourself. This is going to be a shit season, dude. And obviously I was, tarred and feathered, because I'm Mr. Evil, but you could see that they weren't doing anything to try to win last year. So to me, if you're not doing anything and your team sucks, which I knew your team was going to suck, why not trade Chubb, dude? Come on, dude. I mean, and by the way, you're Champ Kelly. Do you think your job was going to be saved at any point? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you really think do what's best? Do you think what's best? And what would have been best is get another draft pick, because what you did for the Jalen Phillips move was good. Yeah. Okay. But now you could have, now you lose Chubb for nothing. That's a bad move,
Yeah, and I know from talking to Champ Kelly right after the trade deadline, when the Dolphins were in Spain, he had a set price. He and the organization had a set price on every player on their roster. So they said that they did not, or he said that the franchise did not make any move for any player any trade partner did not meet that price. So Jalen Phillips was the one scenario where a team in the Eagles did meet the price that the Dolphins were asking for, and they executed that trade. He denied some of the reports of teams offering a first for Jalen Waddle, and that Achane had such a high trade market. Denied that part of it. So from their perspective, they had a set price on every player. They didn't have teams come up and meet that marker, and didn't make those other moves. But yeah, I mean, I get it. At some point, there's a kind of a sliding scale you have to operate with. Of, well, if we're going to go in this direction, then identify earlier. Hey, this roster is going to need a rebuild. Go ahead and start doing it at the trade deadline of last season. But then again, Mike McDaniel within the building, he's trying to save his own job, show that he can go on a run, which then they won a few games in a row, staved off elimination for as long as possible. And, we're at 6-7, trying to get back to 500 late in the season when they lost at Pittsburgh. But that's kind of more so what I'm referring to is because Mike McDaniel did at 2-7, and then at 2-6 the year before to start off, he's already he's on his deathbed with the Dolphins, right? In each of these scenarios, and then trying to save himself. And then he almost brought himself to that point because Stephen Ross was truly on the fence, where it wasn't until 4 days after the season ended that then he finally decided, yeah, you know what? We're moving on from you and going in a new direction. So
after those interviews didn't go as well, and then they were like, yeah, no, I don't really want to retain Mike McDaniel. No, I have a problem with what Mike McDaniel did here or there. And then Harbaugh gets fired. Yeah. He kind of realized at that point, maybe keeping Mike McDaniel's not a good thing.
It does scream at you if the Ravens are firing John Harbaugh that yeah, if you have Mike McDaniel and you are in a worse position than Baltimore, then you might be moving on from your coach as well. So
yeah, and those interviews that they had with GMs, they did not get the favorable return that they were hoping from in the Mike McDaniel questions. So, that was the other part of that equation too. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah, it's a topic that has to be broached in those conversations. And I know Sullivan at the introductory press conference, said was trying to make it clear he had nothing to do with Mike McDaniel being fired. It does work in his favor that firing takes place on Thursday and he's officially hired on Friday. So I get it from the official timeline standpoint. But you got to imagine that question came up in the interview process, and there were answers that sort of leaned the Dolphins into, hey, you might want to just go new GM and new coach if you're doing it all at once. And I can't help but to think that if Troy Aikman is in that building, considering the way he spoke of Mike McDaniel and his handling of the fourth quarter, the last time the Dolphins were on an Aikman broadcast, ESPN Monday Night Football, that Aikman probably did not vote favorably toward McDaniel either.
All right. Hey, I like talking about realistic stories. I don't like entertaining silliness. And, the silliness already started with Tyreek Hill. What team does he fit? Should he go back to Kansas City? It's like, bro, his knee was mangled. He may not ever be able to play again. We'll see if he can even play before you even choose somewhere to go. And here's the funniest part about all of this, David, is he's not ready to come back. People have to make their plans now in free agency and the draft and all that. By the time he's ready to play, if he is later on in the offseason, everybody's made all their plans. They've committed all their monies and all that kind of stuff. He will be like, option number 4, and somebody might take a chance on him for minimal money is what it's going to happen. So it's like such a ridiculous story. You know what I'm saying? It really is. Come on. So go ahead.
That's the nature of media these days, right? It's immediately on to the next thing.
I know. but okay, if you want to speculate and have a little fun, okay, and a good back and forth is Waddle and Achane. You're rebuilding, okay? Running backs don't get paid a ton. You could easily keep Achane for another year and tag him and use him up if you feel like it. Whether he likes it or not, you can control it. Or you could try to trade him now if you want. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Seattle Seahawks. They're MVP. They're not planning on tagging him. So, it's not like the running back's the most valuable, but you do need somebody on your offense to help you. So do you keep Achane? You need somebody to help you. Do you keep Waddle? Because whoever is the quarterback, my God, give them at least some kind of weapons. So where do you fall in all of this? Do you go complete purge where you sell everything you can sell? I can understand the Minka move, But the Waddle and Achane moves, what do you do with that? And then, one of them is a little bit more of a hairier question because running backs don't really have a long shelf life, whereas Waddle you can milk another 5-7 years out of him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we talked about on the show how when you are ready to bring in that quarterback, you want him to have a team. You want to do some team building first with this roster. So I think a decent starting point is having Jalen Waddle, still a relatively young receiver, even though he's on his second contract. Devon Achane, younger shelf life for running backs, but he's still young, or shorter shelf life, I should say. He's still young. But again, running backs you can keep at a moderately reasonable price. So you could follow the template of like the Buffalo Bills with James Cook, 4 years, $48 million. Keep him on 12 per, and that's pretty reasonable. Really feasible for an NFL franchise to do for a star player. But you're going to need something to push to the fans in the meantime for rebuilding. Like you want an A-channel Waddle to at least promote to the fans that while we're rebuilding, you can still come out to the games and see these guys. You need some players, some attraction to bring fans in, because if not, people are going to start falling off the season ticket bandwagon.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad either way, but dude, it'll be a lot worse without those guys. I mean, there is no entertainment value. You know what I'm saying? At least you got to keep something. I think I would keep those guys around. You've eliminated enough. Those guys aren't necessarily a negative on you, and you are going to build the lines up. You already have a couple of linemen. If you can go get a couple of more linemen in the draft, then all of a sudden you can start to build the line for Achane, so it won't be so bad.
Yeah, you'll start to see some of the remnants of a team being built, of a line. You've got some of the pieces in place, and then you've got these building blocks. And then go ahead and find the young talent that'll be on their rookie contracts and draft and develop and retain the talent that you bring in through the draft. And a good starting point is like having your Brewer and your Paul on the line, your Jordan Brooks at linebacker, to have an Achane, to have a Waddle, to find another couple young pieces, another playmaker, another blocker, some studs on the D line as you're kind of probably shifting to more of a 4-man front. You need some pass rushers. You need a corner. And you start to see some of these pieces. And if the next draft, 2027, let's say, you're in a good position to bring in that quarterback, he's got something to immediately go into and work with. So there's a path here. There's a path for this franchise to build its roster and build something sustainable.
Yeah, let's hope so. I personally would keep those guys around. For me, I think that, and they're good human beings.
Yeah.
On top of all of that, pros. I think you need as many good people as you can in your locker. You're going to have a couple of shady dudes because it's football, but you got to balance it out with as many, good human beings and leaders and winners and people that want to work hard. And those guys just want to work hard. I know that Waddle at times is underachieved, sometimes with injuries, sometimes with drops. I'm critical of his drops a lot.
Part of the game.
But it's too much part of his game. That's one thing that I think he needs to fix. But I also think that Tyreek has been kind of a bad influence on him, to be quite honest. So hopefully without Tyreek around and a different atmosphere, maybe things will change also for Waddle too. So I'm hoping that that's the case.
Yeah, Waddle starts to set his own reality of who he is, true to himself in the NFL. Whereas second year in the league, he's got Tyreek Hill coming in, and then that is his influence. He's only had 1 year in the NFL where it's anything else, and he comes from Alabama, so he comes from Nick Saban. But then, second year in the NFL, it's the Tyreek Hill influence. And I was just recapping as I wrote on the Tyreek Hill cut, all the off-the-field incidents for Tyreek Hill. And then think about these two guys in Jalen Waddle and Devon Achane. When have we ever talked about any drama with them off the field? There's no example.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, right. So they're class act guys that you want, if like Sullivan and Hafley, they were talking about a culture when they as they get started, they want to build a culture. Then you have some guys in the building that already have that culture. As you know, Tyreek Hill is not your great exemplary culture player that you want to lead that route. So now you move on from him. Now Bradley Chubb, that would be a good culture player, but obviously for other reasons you got to move on. But with Waddle and Achane, they're culture guys. They're talented players. You can use them as building blocks toward what you are trying to establish here.
Rick on the super chat says, keep Devon and run a 2-back set to keep him fresh because Achane, you can win games. Waddle can cost you games. Fair enough, because Waddle has had drops. I understand. And one thing that I'm going to give Rick some credit, and it's a good reminder, they come from Green Bay. In Green Bay, they don't run one guy. They run two constantly. They always have 2 backs. So they're going to find another back next to Achane. So Achane won't be overused like he kind of was at times where I was, really worried about an injury. So their history, the guys that are in place right now, is that they usually have 2 backs that come at you on a consistent basis. So that's good. That's going to be good news for Devon Achane.
Yeah. And possibly good news for either Jalen Wright or Ollie Gordon, because they're young running backs.
Right.
And it'll be the same system, too. So Bobby Slowick brings continuity to the offense. They were already developing those backs behind Achane. So, you are talking about, that's 3 consecutive drafts, right, where they have brought in a running back. There's some good ones in this draft, too. So, I mean, if now this regime finds someone that they like, and then there will be like some ultra competition for that number 2 guy behind Achane. It's possible.
And you need a carousel of backs, dude. You got to have backs. So that's
one of them's going to hurt.
Always, dude, always. And so you're going to need another guy that's a baller next to Achane, another guy, because the other 2 guys haven't proven that yet. And maybe they can cross that threshold. Who knows? Wright showed a lot more in the second half of the season. He started to really wake up. So that's really a good thing. I would imagine that the Tua news, that while he'll be cut on June 1st, officially, we're going to find out about this. What do you think, before the league year starts at the beginning of March?
Yeah, I mean, you can see it all the time where these moves might be made in February or could be early March, before.
Right. Well, when's the league year start? March 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th? What it usually sometime then?
11th or 13th. What's the Wednesday there?
Sean's looking it up. Sean's looking it up now, but
should be the 11th.
That to me is kind of the target deadline of, you don't want this going into past that, because now you start going into free agency and the draft and all that. This next month is you're deciding on the tags and all that kind of stuff from now to the 17th. I think the Tua stuff gets decided before the league year starts on March, whatever the hell it is. And
even before that date, because negotiations begin on the Monday.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it could happen tomorrow, but I'm saying it'll happen before the league year starts again.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I think. From now to
you want to give some time to potentially
March 11th. March 11th.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think from now to March 10th, it's done. At one point or another, it'll be decided. You'll know the trade. You'll know now officially it won't happen till like the 1st or something, but I think we're going to find out. So this whole thing of maybe it stretches out just a little bit over a month from now, and then we're done.
Yeah. I'll even go a couple days earlier.
Right. So the 17th of next month, right?
Yeah.
So the 3rd of next month, the franchise tags. Okay, so it's the 3rd of next month, the franchise. Right.
Which the Dolphins, won't be tagging anyone.
No, they won't be tagging anybody. But I think you want to do all your business of whatever is passed by that date before you start the new league year, because then you start to carry stuff over.
Yeah, by that week. Because then also, so March 11th, Wednesday, is the start of the new league year, but free agent negotiations begin that Monday, the 9th. So you'll already see that's going to be the first day where all the agreements start to come in. And then, they officially sign later in the week as the new league year begins. So
maybe the 8th. Maybe the 8th.
Yeah. So probably
by the 8th,
right,
the
week
Tua thing is done, right?
Yeah. You want to get that out of the way before then, because then though that Monday, that Tuesday, you're too busy with all the free agent negotiations, reaching agreements. Now, maybe this regime to start off isn't going to be. It's not like when Greer was big spending for a couple of seasons. It's not going to be anything like that. But
no.
Still, you're finding your play, even if it's at a bargain. You're still finding some of the guys that you really want. You'll go in and reach out to them and lock them into some agreements those first couple of days if they're the ones that you really want to bring in.
Are you hearing anything on the trade front? Because I know they're going to trade him. They're going to try to trade him before they can cut him. I mean, we've been talking about that for months.
Yeah, no, I mean, just trying to trade. I haven't found any smoke or anything as far as a partner coming to the surface or anything like that. Obviously, it's going to be a formidable amount that they would have to take up on the salary to find a trade, find a deal with any team. But I think trying to trade and then just leave some time to see if anything like that develops that works well for both sides, and then after that you do move on at some point and go ahead and cut them. Where I can see it being with the post-June 1 designation.
No doubt.
Yeah, possibly also the Bradley Chubb, because since that one's not official, might go hand in hand as far as do you make his a post-June 1, a pre-June 1, depending on if you find a trade partner, other cuts that you might make. So Chubb has already been notified he's being released, but that one hasn't been made official, possibly with the designation still in the air.
Right. That's why you want to get all this done before the league year starts, because you want to know where your money is, what your cap situation that you ended with, and what's going to be hitting starting next year and all that. So all these kind of things, money-wise, you got to get your ducks in a line. And here's the thing, dude. In the end, people have to understand, this is your mulligan year. If you're the coach and the GM, this is the year you fire everything that you can and clean house, because whatever you decide to keep, you now inherit, and it becomes your problem now. So if it's a problem from the past and then you inherit it, bro, that becomes your problem now. And so it's so understandable. You can cut and trade anybody now because none of it was working. And if it works for them somewhere else, then so be it. You're not even going to be blamed for it. But because it was so bad, people aren't going to blame you. So take advantage. If you're Sully in half, take advantage, bro. Clean out right now, because everything else from here on out becomes your decision, your moves, and then it becomes your success or your mistake.
Yeah, I'm with you. Maybe with some situations you have like a year where, okay, well, we inherited this, gave it a shot, and then you can move on going into year 2. So yeah, you do have like that year to give, let's say.
Like when the owner tells you, hey, Brian, we're looking to lose. And we're looking to lose big. In fact, I'll give you $100,000 for every loss there. So they have handed you a mulligan. It's up to you to be smart enough to take the mulligan, bro, because that's the best thing about being a new coach that first year. You can do whatever you want because nobody's going to say anything pretty much, because everything was a disaster you took over. So whoever you fired or let go, everybody's going to say, we get it, bro. We get it. So take advantage, bro. And when the owner knows you're going to suck, brother, it's awesome. It's awesome. What's not awesome is to go against the owner and not suck and not end up with Joe Burrow.
I mean, Stephen Ross could very much welcome possibly a 3-14 season.
I would.
The number 1 pick.
I would, wouldn't you? I mean, I get it, dude. You have to cover every day, and it's kind of rough. But it's really not about you. It's really about what's better for the team down the line. And it's like what we're going on with the whole Heat, bro. Like they've become dumb people all of a sudden, and they don't get the new system, and they refuse to tear it down and suck for a couple of years and go in the lottery. What the hell is that damn play? and go in the lottery and find yourselves, like Houston has, like San Antonio has, like OKC has, because everybody blames Philadelphia because it didn't work for Philadelphia. But meanwhile, there's a shit ton of teams right now. The OKC and San Antonio are the best teams in the league.
Yeah,
and how did they do it?
Yeah.
They stockpiled picks and they sucked and they went into the lottery. And now here's Houston, here's Detroit. All these teams are collecting picks and collecting young players, and the Heat refused to do this. And Flo refused to do what he had to do in order to get what he needed to. He didn't even want Tua, dude. What the hell, bro? He didn't even want Tua, and he ends up with Tua. If he actually does what the old man wanted, you end up with Burrow, bro. So this is your mulligan year. Take full advantage of it. That's all I'm saying.
Try whatever you want. You just want to see a culture being established behind the scenes, whether it leads to wins or losses. And the whole thing is like, it is tough to because you're not intentionally going out to lose games. You can't have the coach do that. You can't have the coach have the players do that. There's just no way. The players are fighting on 1 year. A lot of them on 1 year contract, and even if they're not on 1 year contracts, they're being judged by whatever the last thing is that's on tape for them. So they have to put good tape out there on film. That Hafley's record is going to reflect what happens in this first year one way or another, right? It's not going to be fair to him that years down the road, we're talking about his career record, and it includes possibly a 3-win, a 4-win, who knows, season to start off. But that's kind of like the behind the 8 ball that his career record will be on. But you understand that from where this roster is, and you just want to see that the culture is being established, that guys are going about things the right way, and you have some building blocks to go on into the future.
All right, what do you got going on the Sun Sentinel so folks can check you out, sir?
Yeah, between last week and this week, I checked out a couple of mock combines at Pete Bomarito's Bomarito Performance Systems in North Miami Beach, Aventura area. So a lot of draft prospects there. I got stories up on, just this morning I posted one on Akeem Mesidor training over there from UM. I'll have some more on a couple of guys that stood out to me. D'Angelo Pons from Indiana, who is also a Chaminade product from down here. I'll have one on him, on what they're doing at Bomarito. A running back I really like, Nebraska's Emmett Johnson. I think he's going to impress at the Combine, so I'll write about him. And then just go into Combine prep from the Dolphins' perspective. Before then, we get out there to Indianapolis, and we'll be hearing again from Jeff Hafley and John Eric Sullivan over there at the Combine.
All right, good stuff there. Follow him on Twitter at DavidFaronis _ and catch his work there at the South Florida Sun Sentinel. David, as always, thank you, my brother. We'll catch up on Friday.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
You got it. There you go. David Faronis, Welton Rayom. They're just ass kickers. I wish the Dolphins were half as good as Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom. Just half as good. They would win championships. Just half as good. And I saw them firsthand crush Progressive, who were slackers and weren't doing what they were supposed to. When a couple kids thought they were fast and furious and went through the wall of my house. Well, Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom crushed the Progressive people. In fact, the guy that was representing Progressive got fired. 954-966-4646. Why? Because lawyers know all the laws and loopholes. You and I, let's admit it, we're dummies. We're not lawyers. We don't know all the laws and loopholes. So these insurance companies, when we call, they know how to get the best of us. But when a lawyer calls, they get their attention right away because they're not going to be able to pull a fast one on them like they do on us. 954-966-4646, from bankruptcy to homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. They have their own adjusters. So if you have any damage to your home, property, condo, whatever it is, they send their adjusters and then they attack the insurance company for you. You never, ever call the insurance company. It's awesome. No headaches, nothing. They deal with the headaches for you. That's what left and right tackles do for the quarterback. They deal with the headaches. You call them. 954-966-4646. The consultation is completely free.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayon Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayon, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayon can help.
Right. Yes. Let's see what we got here. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Let's see here. Sweet Baby Ray. Thank you for the love, sir, on Cash App. He says, for the 9th anniversary, Vanessa and Ray. Happy anniversary, Vanessa and Ray. Many more to come. I love it. You're going to hit the double digit next year. You're going to hit number 10. I like it. Very good, man. Very good. Awesome. Congratulations. That is awesome. You guys are a beautiful family. Keep rocking, Sweet Baby Ray. Take care of Vanessa. And happy anniversary, man. That is awesome. Thank you. Their anniversary, and they sent a donation to us. I love it, man. Thank you all out there, and I appreciate it. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can send in your questions, comments, and insults, and congratulations, too, at the same time. What else do we have here? Rick D-Man, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says the Heat does enough to keep the fan base happy. And there's a lot of them that I don't know how they haven't figured out what's going on. You know? Rick also said in another one, with all the needs for the rebuild, what do we draft? You could draft anything now. That's the beauty, Rick. You need everything. Now you can draft the best player. If it's a best offensive lineman or D lineman, then you draft it. That's it. If it's a number one wide receiver, you draft it. If it's a number one dominating tight end, you draft it. Wherever you're at now, first, second, and all those third rounders, draft the best player available. It's beautiful. It really is. Jaybird, let's see, Orlando, what did you think about the anti-Semitic Spike Lee wearing the Palestine flag and colors, trying to taunt the Denny Avdija, the Israeli-born Portland Trailblazers all-star in the game? I did not see Spike Lee. Did not see the All-Star game because I don't watch the All-Star game. So I did not know anything about this. But I will tell you this in general, okay? Because I have a lot of Jewish friends. Like, you are Jewish, of course. And I know you, and you've been a friend of mine for a long, long time. It's sad where we're at, man. The anti-Semitism has grown, and it actually has grown in both parties, too. So, like, my Jewish friends really can't say they can find total peace in any party nowadays. You know? So it's at least I'm not Jewish, but I sense the rise in anti-Semitism in a big time way. And the sad part is that it's also growing in our parties. Because, again, the far left and far right have been infiltrated. You know, the left and the right have become far left and far right. And so it's extremists. And that's kind of what we have, unfortunately. That's why both parties are terrible. You know, see how they're propping up Newsom? Pelosi came out. He's the guy. All that kind of, you know. It's so the next clown is coming in, you know. It's just. And so, unfortunately, I feel for my Jewish friends. Look, I like Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania. He has no chance of being president because of Jewish background. So, out of the Dems, Newsom is crazy, and the AOC, that's all garbage. Bashir is the only guy that I would think of like normal. You know what I mean? Like, he's more in the middle, like Rand Paul, and on the Republican side, there's not a lot of them also. Rand Paul is one. Now, he's not going to run. Plus, he would never have a shot. People like Bashir and Rand Paul, who are more common sense, they're also pro-Israel too. I don't think that people like that are going to get voted in from their parties because they're too in the middle. People that are in the middle are not going to be accepted by the left and the right because they're so far out. So unfortunately, Jay, it's a bigger problem than Spike Lee. Unfortunately, because I could just go into the two parties and start talking about that. So that becomes a bigger problem for us. And I mean, who the hell am I, right? I mean, I'm telling the Jewish community what's going on. You know it. You see it. I don't need to tell you guys. You know what I'm saying is 100% true. You're living it. So, I'm more concerned about that than Spike Lee's whatever crap he's wearing. You know what I'm saying? I'm more concerned about what's going on in our parties and the anti-Semitism that is taking over in some of our parties. So that's what I would be more concerned about for my Jewish friends. All right. Let's see. What else do we have going on in the world? Basketball Jones, thank you for chiming in, sir. Norin says Tyreek won't play this year. He still has one more procedure to go on his knee. All this hype for a guy. Again, lazy media. They got nothing else to write about, so they write about these stupid stories, and they spend a segment or two talking about, this ridiculous stuff. So, yeah, it is what it is. Daddy Dean says, for the end of the 2026 season, I will be happy with a top 5 draft pick or a playoff win, nothing in between. Well, there's no playoff win. There's no playoffs. There's no playoff win. There's no winning. You're not going to have a winning season or none of that. This will be a nice, hard losing season. Okay. All right. And I'm hoping that they do settle for a top 5 pick. Yes. Let's hope that we don't have another Flo who does everything to try to win a game. And it's like, yo, bro, just coach the guys you have and just chill out. Don't go crazy. We're not really trying to win here, you idiot. We're not really trying to win here. Guys, we don't need to. They go nowhere winning now. Okay. You're not saving anybody's job. You're not paying a whole bunch of money on free agency that you've put all your chips in. Like, what the Dolphins did for those 2 years, they put all their chips in. So you had to try to go for it. You're not doing any of that now. That's all gone. History in the archives. You don't have to worry about that. For a guy like Spike Lee, always crying injustice, his actions are kind of delusional. Well, Karun, there's a lot of delusion going on in our country, dude. Anyway, Karun says, agree, completely given up on politics. Both parties are on opposite sides of the same coin, completely nuts. So I try to explain to people, that it doesn't matter what side. They're all terrible, and they're not looking out for you. You know what I mean? Look at Trumpies. They get lied to constantly, and they're just suckers constantly. And all they do is defend lies. And the same thing. And then you got the Dems who actually put Trump in office because their candidates are so terrible and they don't learn. And what are they doing now? They're propping up who? Newsom and AOC. Like, really, dude? There's no common sense in either party. They don't care. There's just private interest. So it doesn't matter if you're Trump or Pelosi, you're going to be lining your pockets, dude. And you're not going to be lining your pockets or mine. But whatever, man. It is what it is. It's one of those things that you're on the hamster wheel. And, the people that are on it, they don't see it and all that kind of stuff. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Move to Panama. Let's see. What else do we have? Let's see. Norca says, I know it's your show, but please don't say Newscomb out loud again. I won't tell you what to do, Big O. I know better. He hates it that Newsom is taking over. They're going to give us that, bro. They're going to give us that. That's the next guy, dude. They're so predictable there, and it's just like the political pendulum. It's the Dolphins. We're going to get a hard-ass coach. Now we're going to get a player's coach. Now we're going to get a hard-ass coach. So, we'll go 8 years with the Republican, then 8 years with the Dem. Then we'll go 4 years with the Republican, then 4 years with the Dem. 4 years now with the Republican, and now we'll go 4 years with the Dem. It's just, there's no rhyme or reason or anything like that. So, whatever. Kyle says Malik Willis ain't shit, in my opinion. But if he comes here to Miami, I guess we'll see. Yeah, I think it'll be a waste, but whatever. I would not do it, especially under these conditions. I wouldn't want to put that kid in this situation. It's not a good situation for him to be in, So it is what it is. Let's see. What else? Jalen Waddle reportedly told the Dolphin front office, me next, after the release of Bradley Chubb and Tyreek Hill. Not true, right? Of course. Yeah, it's some guy sending me that on DMs, and it's like I always tell him, is it somebody that's legit saying it? No, then why are you even, Yeah, of course. Pharrell on the bench? No, he doesn't report. No. Nah, you got it wrong. There's no way it was Scotty Farrell. I can't believe that. Scotty Farrell doesn't report stories. He's on the bench. Scotty Farrell. He'll give you some scoops on picks and he's a degenerate. He'll talk about his wife's big jugs. He'll get you on the bench. But Scotty Farrell doesn't get into news. Adam Farrell. There you go. Who the hell is Adam Farrell? Who's the clown to Adam Farrell?
NFL insider reporter, home of the Atom Bomb. Host of Inside the Offseason with Adam Farrell. Turn on notifications for NFL parody updates.
Oh, there you go. Parody updates. There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
I seen the same footage of this guy getting beat up that somebody put it with Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, yeah?
Now somebody's put on his account, he's got his Baker Mayfield getting beat up.
Oh, okay. There we go. That's the problem, dude. That's the problem in our business. We have, and people get chewed up with the AI stuff, the fake accounts, the parody stuff. And then they don't actually look, okay, is it like a legitimate reporter or a legitimate outlet? No, then why are you repeating it? Don't worry about it. It's not true. These people never break any stories. So all of a sudden they're going to start breaking stories? No, they're not. They're not in the know. But people will retweet that crap or send it to me all the time, dude. And I try to tell them, yo, man, look at the source. Don't bother. If the source isn't any good, why are you even taking it serious at all? Let's see. What else? The political matrix. Yep. And we are swallowed up in it. But unfortunately, people are eating the red and blue pills. The red is for stupidity. The blue is for being a moron. Either way, you're a dumbass. And they're eating it What can I tell you? You know, they're eating it. All right. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Let's see what we got here. By the way, I got a bunch of stuff on the music side today. And let me do that. Let me do a little music right here. What the hell? What the hell? What the hey? What the ho? Let's go with musicians born on this date on February 17th. Ed Sheeran, the British singer-songwriter, born on this date. Happy birthday to him. Aaron Lee J, drummer with Avenged Sevenfold, born in 88. John Hassel, bassist with the Libertines, born in 81. Paris Hilton, socialite, singer, amateur porn actress, born in 81. Let's see. Taylor Hawkins, American drummer who worked with Alanis Morissette, touring drummer during her Jagged Little Pill tour. He joined the Foo Fighters in 97. Had a side project with Taylor Hawkins and the Cocktail Riders. Unfortunately, we lost him at the age of 25 in 22. At the age of 50 in 2022 in Bogota, Colombia. Taylor Hawkins, born in this state in 72. Billy Joe Armstrong, lead singer for Green Day, born in 72. How about that? Let's see what else. Jeffrey Foskett, American guitarist, singer, and best known as a touring and studio musician for Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys since the 1980s. Born in 56, by the way. Ricky Medlock, born in 1950. He's the closest guy that's left on Leonard Skinner that is not an original, but he came for a short time in the early days and then left for Blackfoot and then came back. So he was in Skinner from 71 to 72. There it is. It's right here on this thing. And then he, took off and was with Blackfoot. Train, take me on out of this town. That is Blackfoot for you. And Ricky Medlock, born in 1950. What else? Celebrating birthdays today. That is it on the musician side. Let's go with other famous people celebrating birthdays today. If I don't give you the age, that means they have passed away, unfortunately. Oil magnate H.L. Hunt, born in 1889. Writer Margaret Truman Daniel, daughter of the U.S. President Harry Truman, born in 1924. Actor Hal Holbrook, born in 1925. Football Hall of Fame member Jim Brown, born in 36. Actor Becky Ann Baker, born in 53. She's 73 today. Actress Renee Russo, great lips, born in 54. She's 72. Actor Lou Diamond Phillips, born in 62. He's 64 today. Comedian Larry the Cable Guy, born in 63. He's 63. Michael Jordan, he's pretty good, born in 63. He's also 63. Filmmaker Michael Bay, born in 65. He's 61. Musician Tim Mahoney from 311, born in 70. He's 56. Actor Dominic Purcell, born in 70. He's 56. Actress Denise Richards, born in 71. She's 55. Let's see. Actor Jason Ritter, born in 80. He's 46. And let's see. That is it, I think. Sean Stanley, do you have wrestlers born on this date?
Just a couple. Jimmy Jacobs turns 42, and Ricardo Rodriguez, he's 40, on February 17th, 2026.
All right. Now let's go with music history. What happened today in music history? Because I know you're all wondering, what the hell happened today on February 17th in music history? Well, we start off. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Finally, it came up. In 75, AC/DC released their debut album, High Voltage, in Australia. It was their first internationally released album, also by the name, but with a different track listing, arrived on May 14th of 76. In 76, the Eagles released their greatest hits album, 71 through 75, a collection of 10 songs from their first 4 albums. For a while, it was certified as a top-selling album in U.S. history. In 84, the Thompson Twins released their 4th studio album, Into the Gap. It features Hold Me Now and Doctor, Doctor, Can You Hear Me? Take Me Up and Sister of Mercy. Let's see. In 95, Blink-182 released their debut album, Cheshire Cat, and it features M+M's and Wasting Time. In 98, Destiny's Child released their debut studio album, Destiny's Child, and it features the singles No, 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 and With Me. In 2010, Mumford & Sons made their U.S. TV debut on The Late Show with Letterman. In 2017, Nikki Lane released her 3rd studio album, Highway Queen. It features the singles Jackpot, Highway Queen, and Send the Sun. In 2017, Alison Krauss released her 4th studio album, Windy City. It features the singles Losing You. And as for birthdays that may not have been on the other list, let me see if there's any. There is not. That is what happened today in music history. All right. Here we go. The one and only Steve Calabro, the general mangler here at Hialeah Park, ready to go, locked in. Wait a minute, hold on. Now you're on.
Oh yeah, I'm requesting an adjustment. See, when you go from this side, the schnoz, it has that Joey Bosa schnoz size.
Oh,
yes. I want to try to come this way. Maybe I can shrink it a little.
Okay.
I'm trying everything I can on angles here. So
okay.
I have more of a radio face than a television face.
Why don't you just put it here and aim it up?
Yeah,
then it's up.
yeah.
Then we get nostril hairs.
Yeah, nostril hair. That's
yeah.
That's tough. It's tough. Yeah, it's rough.
Hi, how you doing? How's it going?
Maybe if you put it really,
I haven't trimmed them in years.
Maybe if you put it far away, maybe I'd get smaller.
Right.
That would probably be the best thing.
You ever seen those people that walk around, their nostril hairs are like just going out of an area direction? And you're like, yo, porcupine, relax.
Yeah. Anyhow, so before we talk about the Dolphins, I want to give you an update. We gave away the watches.
Cartiers.
We gave the Cartiers away on Saturday.
The pair are coming up, by the way.
And people have a chance on the 28th to win it. And we have a show on the 28th, too. We have Danny Ohm and Kevin Cito. So we have a show on Saturday. We have a chance to win Cartier watches. This past Saturday, the guy who won the watches has a collection of high-priced watches.
Wow, that is awesome.
Is that amazing? Is that amazing? He has about like a couple dozen watches. He had, oh, by the way, it was a Valentine's Day thing, his and hers. He goes, I love the Cartier. I don't have one like that. He just thought it was fantastic. So everybody has a chance to win in the 28th. But here's what he said. He goes, the female one? Yeah, I'm not really excited about that one.
So
apparently,
he took the money for the female and took the male one.
I think he implied he was going to sell it.
Okay.
I don't want to say that because if he has a girlfriend or a significant other, I'm going to get him in trouble.
Yeah.
So.
Well, maybe his significant other isn't a watch person, and she's kind of cool with a couple of watches that she has already.
Yeah.
And so, like my wife would probably not care about a Cartier watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She has a couple of watches and she's like, yeah, no, I don't need to wear something that she's just not really.
I think my wife's in that same camp.
You know,
it's
like,
not like
for me, I probably would wear it, save it to go out and, you're
going out.
That's not something you wear every day, No,
that's a special event. But anyhow,
right.
So it was a great event.
I have a Rolex Submariner.
Oh, that's a very classic one, right?
That's a very and it's like 3 times its value or 4 times its value.
Well, in the last 10 years, it's been crazy.
It's gone
maybe
crazy.
even the last 5 years.
Yeah,
there's a watch thing going on.
And I have it in a safety deposit box, and I think the last time I wore it was like 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Like I
We got-
never ever wear the
Wait a
damn
second,
thing.
big old. So what I got to tell you is you got to get out more. This is what you're saying.
No, but I mean, for me to go to get that, like it has to be.
you got to go to the bank.
I have to go to the bank. It has to be like
Hey, look, get a safe in your house.
No.
Come on, you get a safe. You drill it to the floor.
Yeah, I guess you could do something.
You don't have
like
to go to
that.
the bank.
Yeah, but usually.
Well, you might have so much that you might need the safe and the bank and the.
No, we also put your important papers because for fires and all.
Oh,
that
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
stuff,
yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
I just throw the watch there. That's what I did.
Yeah, it's true.
Actually, because a lot of our
You know, the safes can be fireproof.
right? Huh?
Safes can be fireproof too.
Oh, that's true. That's
No,
true.
I'm breaking your stones.
That's true.
That was a.
Actually, I could do that. That's true. I could get.
And you save some money.
And I save money. The money
That's
I
a
buy the safe, I can it'll pay for itself off. By
2
the
years. 2 years.
Deposit box. No, that's true.
Let's go to the Dolphins.
Makes a
So
lot
we
of sense.
talked about the giveaway on the 28th down on the slot floor. I mean, the poker thing is on fire. The poker room's on fire. The action's unbelievable. The raffles are good. The high hands are good. This has been the last 6 months. The whole, Ty and Danny and Harold, that whole team,
entertaining too,
kicking ass in poker,
Yeah.
kicking ass. So Harold's very entertaining.
Yes,
and he's going to be entertaining in this up and coming football season when the Raiders are actually somebody to talk about. I don't think they're going to be good, but
he's
they're
going to get his quarterback.
He's going to get a Cuban kid from Miami as a quarterback.
Right?
Wow,
that is crazy.
Anyhow, Tyreek Hill. What's your take on it?
No, I mean it was expected that they were going to release all these guys. So
How much Chubb you knew, right? Chubb you knew.
Yeah.
Tyreek now.
Yeah, Daniels and Akini. And then they'll trade now. They'll try to trade the safety, Minka, and then they'll try to trade
He's
Tua.
old though. He's getting older.
No, but he's more than tradable right now, dude. He's in his prime. He's like 28 or 29. He's in his prime.
You know
right
where he's
now.
from? You know where Minka's from?
Oh, he's a Jersey kid?
Old Bridge, New Jersey.
Okay.
But let me tell you how crazy that is. So the Brunetti family
Old Bridge sounds like a shit town, by the way.
No, it's a nice town.
Really?
It's a nice town.
Okay.
You got to be careful there.
Sounds Old Bridge. It's kind of like crappy.
No. Old Bridge is commutable to New York, right? So it's you can live in Old Bridge and work in New York City.
Okay.
It's about I want to say about an hour commute, but
subway or driving.
No, it's you can either drive or they take buses there. They have
Okay.
matter of fact. Let me explain Old Bridge. And Minka is from Old Bridge. He went to Old Bridge High School, which was powder blue and white. As a matter of fact, the colors. So the Brunetti family owns this beautiful casino with the great, we have sports betting, we have slots, we have poker, and their New Jersey headquarters is in Old Bridge, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And very nice apartments there. They had a beautiful golf course they sold off. It's nice. It's really nice. I mean, you'd live in Old Bridge in a
Okay.
heartbeat. Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, the name doesn't sound.
It's just a crappy name.
Yeah, because see, New Jersey is troubled with names. Like Pleasantville, you would think is nice, right?
And it's crappy.
And it's a crap. It's a crap town.
Okay.
See, that was a kid from Miami. That
Right.
Yeah, yes, Pleasantville, crappy. Old Bridge, nice.
Okay.
See, they kind of go contrary to
So
New Jersey.
it's the opposite. Okay. So now I got to go whatever the description of the town is. I go with opposite.
Yeah, just go with the opposite. If it's in New Jersey, New Jersey, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But anyhow,
like that.
Minka's from Old Bridge.
So I would imagine they'll try to trade Minka. They'll try to trade Tua. It'll be really tough, but they'll try, and then cut him. And then that'll be it. And then they were talking about but I think that's more fans and all that. I think Achane and Waddle stay. I don't think they get moved.
So what do they have to pay? In terms of
Dead
Tyreek?
money?
Yeah. What money do they have to
For Tyreek?
Yeah.
Well, Tyreek, what they do is they save 7.3 this year, but they lose 23.8
over 1 year. In
1 year of dead money.
28.
23.8.
23.8.
Yeah.
24 million. They got to eat.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have to.
they'll
They're gonna have to eat more than that with Tua.
Yeah, 66 and then 33. 66 this year, 33 next year.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're gonna be. So it's a 3-year rebuild.
Yeah, of course. That's what we've been saying, that the next 2 years are going to be rough years. It's more about drafting and developing and seeing if they can coach and seeing if they can get plays in on time and see if guys know how to line up and all. See if you have at least coaches that know how to coach and a front office that is finding players.
Yeah.
And then I think in years 3 and 4, if you made the right decisions in the first 2 years, you should start to see the fruits of your labor in years 3 and 4.
So
that's really what it is.
I'll
But the
ask
first 2
you-
years, it's what we've had for 40 years. It's just patience. It's just waiting.
I'll ask you, and then I'll ask Sean. I already know Sean's answer. What do you think? What do you think the record will be next year for the Dolphins?
Oh, they'll win 3 to 5 games.
Sean, 17 and 0. Yeah, 17 and 0. Yeah, you say 3 to 5. So 5. Let's go with your high side. Think about that. Think about how bad it is to be a Miami Dolphin fan. Let's go on Big O's high
17,
side of 5 wins. That's
Yeah.
5 and 12.
Yeah,
that's pretty crappy, right?
Right.
That's I mean, I'm hoping, my wife, she loves to go to the game, right? But she don't like going to the game when we lose, right?
Get ready for a lot of losing. Get ready for a lot of losing, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping that 3 or 4 of those 5 wins, if we get 5
At home,
are home. That's
Yeah.
all I'm asking. That's all I'm
Yeah.
asking. You got it. Let's have the wins at home at least.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a rough. I mean, what are we doing? This is crazy.
By the way, Brian Landis is asking you, can you please ask Steve if he's ever been to Hope, New Jersey, home of the first Friday the 13th in Crystal Lake?
Wait.
So that's
know,
right. So if this place is called Hope, New Jersey, it's got to be a hellhole. I mean,
the Dolphins facility should move there.
there's no Hope in Hope.
Jason
No.
Myers is there killing
I
people
don't know
in
where
Crystal
Hope.
Lake.
I know I've heard of Hope, New Jersey. I think it's northwest.
No
Maybe
idea.
maybe Brian can chime in on that one. But I haven't been there. I'm getting confused with the Pennsylvania town of New Hope.
Right.
The New Hope is kind of cool. It's like one of these arts. It's artsy, and you take your girlfriend, and it's all that kind of date,
Yep.
and she gives you a big kiss because you were romantic. But all you did was go to New Hope. But the Hope, I don't know. I think it's Northwest Jersey.
Okay.
I hope I
don't know
hope I'm
anything
right.
about. I did not know that.
And
that's
it's the
where,
home of Friday.
the first Friday the 13th in Crystal Lake, which is where Jason Myers drowned, and then supposedly
I didn't know that.
he's there. Yeah, he
I
comes
didn't
out
know
of the
that.
water, and and
Talk about Friday the 13th. Right here in Hialeah Park, we had a party over here on Friday the 13th. It was awesome. No, we don't believe in that stuff. We don't believe in that. So ask Brian if he knows the Jersey Devil, because I'm in New Jersey in the summer.
You're actually asking.
yeah, kind of, yeah. 'Cause Brian is watching.
Yeah.
He's
So
watching and listening.
The
to it right
Jersey
now.
Devil is in the what do they call it? Oh Christ.
Oh, so wherever it is, it's a great place to go to.
It's right in the middle of the state, and it's like barren. It's like.
Well, no, wait a minute. So now it's accurate? You were just telling us that in Jersey, everything's opposite.
Yeah.
So if it's now devil, now it's a great place to go. It's heaven? No, it's bad. So it's actually accurate this time around.
Well, it depends who you are.
It's not opposite.
No, the Jersey Devil's cool. Why is the Jersey Devil bad?
Well, I don't know.
Right away, you took an assumption that Jersey Devil was bad.
Well, no, I was saying that it was
cool.
It was good, but now you're telling me it was desolate and all.
Oh, well, that's the good part about it. There's no houses. See, in New Jersey, there's too much. One of the problems in New Jersey is too many people. But in
this place just has a farm with a big barn and a guy with a chainsaw.
It has less than that. It's called the Pinelands. It's got pine trees, thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of pine trees. The Pineys are the people that live there.
So the children of the corn are there.
Well, the Pineys have like Pineys like Larry and his brother Larry.
And Mo and Mo and Curly?
No. Larry and his brother Larry and his other brother Larry.
Oh, okay. So
those kind of guys, right?
Oh.
They live on the fringe of the Pineys. The Pineys, and
Oh.
they have pickup trucks that are like older than you. Not that you're old.
Okay.
Not that you're old. Jesus, I just been really.
We're just
beaten up.
going with Deliverance now.
The Pineys is the New Jersey version of Deliverance.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Bad being good, but
not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good.
See, you didn't know that the Jersey Pinelands existed, did you?
Yeah, you told us
It's thousands and thousands of acres.
Right.
Yeah, I got lost in the Pinelands. Yeah. Well, because there's a military base in the middle. So you right there, you see why is there a military base in the middle of the Pinelands? What do they call that thing out there in the boat?
By the way, Brian says, I'm a native Floridian, but I have heard of the Jersey Devil, though.
See, he knows the Jersey Devil. This guy's a smart kid.
Yes. Jason Voorhees. What did I say? Why did he mention Jason Voorhees? Yeah.
The Jersey Devil's for real. Probably about an hour from me.
Okay.
If you've come to visit me, you're certainly invited. Both of you are invited. If you're in New Jersey, stop by.
Right.
Oh, I got to tell you.
But I'm not interested in, if I go to your place, I'm not interested in going to the Jersey Devil.
Okay, we won't go there.
We're going
we'll go to the Pineys.
Boating or something.
No, but it's only the Pineys. We'll just go to the edge of the Pineys.
We're going to go to
It's like 15 miles.
The Stone Pony or something.
Stone Pony's about an hour. It's north. I'm south.
That's all right.
I'm south. So the town I'm in is great, right? In New Jersey, the town names are all crazy. So if you looked at the town, you would say it's Forked River. Forked.
Okay.
River. No. If you said that's no, you're not from Jersey. It's Forked.
Oh,
Forked River. Forked River. And I tell you what, in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Forked. I'll tell you the thing, Atlantic City, right? You come into Atlantic City, the main street. It's not Arkansas. It's not Arkansas Avenue. It's
Arkansas.
It's Arkansas. And if you're from Atlantic City, it's Arkansas. It's Arkansas. I'm telling you. New Jersey's got its little thing. I think everybody should just go visit there. Not now, though. January, February, March.
Why, it smells?
It's horrible. No, it's
now?
so goddamn cold.
Oh, okay.
It is so cold.
Yeah, it is.
This is.
I have no interest in going there.
I talked to my.
It was too cold down here for a couple of weeks, bro.
No. I talked to a guy lives across the street from my house in New Jersey. It's a Jersey Shore house. You know, it's like it's during June, July, August, September. I got a couple guys. I got a guy across the river, and I got a guy down the street. Right, both of them said the same thing. Coldest winter in 20 years.
Yeah.
The one guy said, I can't go outside.
Yeah.
He goes, my phone says it's 6 degrees. The feels like temperature feels like temperature is like -10. Now I think it warmed up to like 25 degrees now.
The worst thing that we did is call it global warming. We should have called it climate change, because the idiots out there think, oh, well, it's supposed to be always hot. No, and what it means by global warming is that there's a shit ton of humidity in the atmosphere. So when your changes of seasons happen, it doesn't matter what it is, it'll create more extremes of heat or winter, because there's more humidity in the air.
But the last 3 years have been mild in New Jersey.
But that's how it's going to be. You're going to have your waves. It's not always going to be consistent, but you will have your waves when you will get extremes. And so you're getting some of those now. And by the way, the extremes will get worse as time goes on.
I don't know. We'll see.
Everything's
what city am I from? I was born in Rahway, not the prison, the hospital. The Rahway prison's a real deal. And I went to high school in a town, you're not going to believe it. It's a section of another town. So it's called Island. So people say Island. You know, where's that? Like the Middle East or something like that? As crazy as it is, Island as a town is the epicenter of the Indian culture in the United States.
Oh, there we go.
From India. It's bizarro world. You went there, you'd be like, wait a second.
So that's where Elizabeth Warren is from.
No, Indian from India. Not
okay.
Not Native.
I thought Pocahontas was from there.
No.
I
said
she's...
Indian culture. I should
Okay,
have said
sorry.
Indian, from the country of India, right?
Okay.
So
sorry, Elizabeth.
Iselin, Island, right? And by the way, we have a train 20 minutes into Manhattan.
No, that's right. That's awesome.
We used to. I went to John F. Kennedy High School.
So you're right
Island.
there.
Right. We play hooky. Get this. We played hooky one day. I'll never forget this. We were like in 9th or 10th grade. I think it was 10th. And I went there with Kenny Textoras, a Portuguese kid, and Tommy Maloney. Strictly, the whole 18 kids, the Irish family, right? And we get on the train. We're going to play hooky. Skipping school. We get to New York City, and they had this place called the Brew Burger. Like for $7, you have a cheeseburger, fries, and all the beer you can drink. Now we're like in 10th grade, 4 or 5 beers. We're
Right.
crawling. We're a mess, right? So now we kind of get separated in New York City. New York City, a city of 15 million people. We lose Tommy. Tommy gets picked up by the New York City school truant officer.
Oh, God.
In New
yeah.
York City.
Back in those days, yeah.
Right? They had truant officers.
Yeah,
right?
back in those days, they did.
Let me tell you something. I haven't seen Tommy in 40 years, but I proudly say Tommy didn't dime us out. We took the train home.
Oh, yeah, you
Me
can't.
and Kenny took the train home. We went home right to our houses. We just waited there. We're like, and I remember Tommy's sister called me. She said, "Don't worry, Tommy didn't say anything." So he never timed us out.
Right.
Tommy Maloney.
You're not supposed to.
He's a good kid.
If you get busted, you get busted.
His parents had to go to New York City to pick the kid up. I mean, he could have.
It's 20 minutes away. It's not a big deal.
No, but he could have easily timed us out, and he didn't. So
no. In those days, you don't do that.
That's up. No,
they do that now.
I was on and off.
The
dating.
kids nowadays have zero scruples, from what I'm told. They rat each other out like it's nothing.
That ain't the way it's supposed to.
Nowadays, the kids are garbage, dude. They rat each other
Tommy Maloney
out like
was
nothing.
a true man. He didn't dime us out.
Back in our day, you didn't.
You didn't rat people out. Come on, that's like
if you were doing something you weren't supposed to do and you got caught, you got caught.
Yeah.
And then after you got caught, the rest of us laughed at you for getting caught. That's it. You didn't rat anybody. You also took the heat from the rest of us for getting caught.
Yeah, you took it out. Yeah.
You got
Tommy
caught.
in trouble.
You got caught. You got caught with your parents, and then after you came to us, and then we laughed at you for getting caught.
No,
because we all knew that there was a chance to get caught. You knew it, you moron. So if we went pool hopping and they got you, and the rest of us got away with our clothes,
You're
and
slower.
away.
You're slower. You're faster than he was.
That's it. That's the agony of defeat.
So the town I'm from.
That's how it goes. Nobody gets ratted, but we all will laugh at your ass. There's no doubt about that.
So this town of Island, right? It's got such a crappy name, right? Island. So the train station, biggest train station in New Jersey. They don't call it Island train station. No. And the high school, it's not Island High School. No, the name, like nobody's proud of the name Island. It's like, Island, are you ill? It's like kind of a weird thing, right? So we got the high school is John F. Kennedy Memorial High School, right? Because Kennedy, the school opened in like 64. He got shot in 63, and they named it the high school. The train station, the largest train station in Jersey, Metro Park. It's the Metro Park, and that's like, and it's the bomb. Like you go, it's a good train station. It's the best. So it's a good little town. Who was asking? That
was Brian that was asking that. No, Costa. Oh, okay, yes.
Well, where's he from? Where's he from? What exit he's from?
No, he's probably.
My exit was.
He's probably from here. By
the way,
Brett says Pocahontas and Pelosi both made $1 million in the markets this week somehow. Nah, it's just good investments.
yeah, they know how to pick them. Paul knows how to pick them better than everybody in the country.
Bro, come on, bro.
Think about this. If Paul Pelosi, I'm going to end with this, and Nancy Pelosi, it just repulses me to say that they might have bed talk. If you look at both of those guys,
sure. I mean, talk about
like,
two things, two people that are in a crypt, not in a bed.
Oh God! It'd be like, please. When I have that vision in my head, I want to get sick. I have to vomit. It's like
you think Melania's been close to Trump forever?
But at least Melania's attractive.
That's what I'm saying, but he's not. That's why she's probably avoided his ass forever. I mean, look at that. There is no affection.
She's got a lot of headaches.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure they don't even sleep in the same room, dude.
They might not sleep in the same house.
They probably don't sleep in the same house. Yeah. She wants no part of that.
At any rate, enough about Island, enough about New Jersey. It all started because of Minka. Because everybody's from New Jersey.
Yes, that's right. That's what happens.
Sean, do you have he has a connection. He's a Passaic kid. Passaic kid. That sounds. Like
I'm not Passaic. My cousins are from Passaic.
I'm calling you the Passaic kid because you were there.
Four summers.
Yeah, and then but you have nothing. No, you never been in New Jersey. Have you ever visited New Jersey? Doesn't seem like you're going to go anytime soon.
No.
Even though even hearing about the Jersey Devil, I got a Jersey Devil story. No.
By the way, he said I think Brian said that's why they named the Devils the Jersey Devils.
Yes, because of the Jersey Devil. The
Devil.
He took my thunder. I was going to tell you a Jersey Devil story. So I was in Atlantic City. I happened to know the president of the company called John McMullen's Architect. John McMullen used to own the Jersey Devils,
right?
When they played in the Meadowlands, right? And my buddy, his name was Tony Serra, nice guy, great guy. Tony would call me up and say, "Steve, where do you want to go to the game? Get whatever game you want." And I'd pick like 2 or 3 games, and go up to the game. My son, to this day, he lives in Philadelphia. Broad Street Bullies, the Philly, not the Eagles, the Flyers. They're hardcore hockey guys. My son lives in Philly, and he's still a Jersey Devil fan.
Right. Well, that's not something.
That's like it's the other.
But there's still
on the other side of enemy lines.
Right. But there's still people that are so close to Jersey right there that they're also Jet fans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like there's a mix in that area right there where it crosses over.
So here's what happens. I get these tickets every year, like for 10 years. It's one of my biggest screw ups because when they were moving, I was going through a divorce. Tony called me. I said, "Listen, Steve, you want to buy these? These were the best seats in the house. They were row 4, a row of 4 seats on the tunnel. My elbow was on the tunnel, so behind the Jersey Devil bench. So you don't want to be in first or second row because the players block
the players
it.
are in your way.
Fourth was perfect. I remember going to a game one time. This was way back, and in row 5 or 6 was Mr. Donald Trump.
You told me that.
Yeah,
I remember
and these seats were phenomenal. So I've become a Jersey Devil fan forever. My son is a Jersey Devil fan. I told you about Scoro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another thing. So the whole thing, but my biggest regret was Tony Serra calls me up and he says, "Steve, we're redoing it. There's a row seat just like this in the Prudential Center, the Rock.
Right.
The Rock, and you can have them. But now I'm going to have to for the season."
Yeah, of course.
And I didn't have the money at the time, and I passed on it. Oh man.
Right.
Now, one more time. That's the Jersey Devils. I'm trying to get out of here. I get too many stories popping into my head. I'm working at Trump Plaza, and the New York Giants coach is Jim Fossil.
Right.
What a great guy. Jim Fossil is a party animal, like a freak, right? So I get to know him, and we're partying, and like there'd be nights when it'd be like Saturday night at 3:30 in the morning. I'd say, "Jim, no mas, I'm out of here. You keep going," right? And he had this little
side piece,
little side thing, And so we hung out for a couple of years. And he said, "Steve, there's like a 50-year waiting list for New York Giants tickets."
Yeah.
He says, "If you want tickets, I can get you tickets." And I was broke. I didn't have any money. Another opportunity where I don't fit. If I had Giants tickets and Devils tickets, I could probably retire on what I'd sell those tickets for on a regular basis.
Right.
2 missed opportunities with 2 really good connections.
Yeah.
But the good thing was they were good people. Jim Fossil, rest his soul, he did pass.
Yeah.
He said he was a great guy. He signed a ball. I remember he signed a ball to me, football, and he said, to a great friendship, to all the good times. It was just he was like genuinely a nice guy. And then Tony Serra from the Devils, who was sort of John McMullen, who owned the McMullen architecture and engineering firm, who I may add was in the World Trade Center.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And Tony Serra was the president, right? He was either the president or CFO, or president and CFO. He was there both times. The first time there was a bomb in the garage.
Oh yeah, the van,
and it was in Tony's tower.
Yeah.
And then the second time, he was, he said he remembers everybody leaving and the announcement saying everything's fine, it's all under control. Like they were in the second tower, and they just ran out, and they ran like 15 stories. They had to go down 15 flights and down the street.
They got out in time.
Yeah, he said he walked for 6 hours because there was no cell service.
Right.
And luckily his daughter was in way uptown, 6 miles in New York City takes a while to get there in the middle of 9/11,
Right, yeah.
And they didn't know. They thought
right, of course,
he might have perished, but Tony is a great guy. Great guy.
Awesome.
introduced me. He was introduced to me by Frank Pillador, he was like my unofficial uncle. Took me to my first NFL football game.
Nice. Very nice.
That's why I was I'm a half-ass Giant fan. Because Frank Pillador was. Anyhow, let me get out of here before I tell too many Jersey stories.
All right, brother.
Come on down to
you got it.
Best sports book in town.
And we give away the Cartier watches at the end of the month.
28th, 1 o'clock, be there, be square, win a Cartier. And a concert. Well, I think the concert's going to be a little before. Yeah. The concert's going to be, like a 9 o'clock event, 10 o'clock event, and then the giveaways at 1 a.m.
Okay.
Take care, guys.
Good
be
stuff,
good.
my brother. Appreciate you as always. Come on out to Hialeah Park and enjoy the loose slots and all the gaming action and activity. Thank you, Steve. You're the best. Appreciate you. The great Steve Calabro. Getting it done here at Hialeah Park. All right. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. The amazing Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. Tonight at 8 o'clock at the Watsco Center, the U at 20-5, 9-3 in the ACC will host Virginia Tech, who's 17-9, 6-7 in the ACC. Miami is favored by 7.5 points. The over and under is 150.5. Vatech plus 300 on the money line. UM is minus 400 on the money line. The Panthers are off till February 26th because of the Olympic break, and the USA hockey team is back in action tomorrow at 3:10. Right now, Latvia and Sweden are playing. The winner will advance to take on the United States tomorrow at 3:10. And at 7:30 on Saturday at Riverfront Stadium, the Fort Lauderdale United will visit the Tampa Bay Sun FC. You can catch the game on Channel 10 or on Peacock. And, of course, you can get your tickets at FTLUTD.com when they return. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. By the way, Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano are going to fight in Netflix. Boy, they're desperate. Like, who wants to watch that?
They offered it to Dana White, and he didn't give back to them.
Of course. Well, why? That's their time has passed, dude. Give me a break. I don't even know. Is Gina even in shape?
I haven't seen her in a little while, but I know Ronda was already.
Oh, Ronda looks really good.
She looks good, but the problem is, once she started losing, once she started getting hit, it was over.
It was
the
over.
Fight was done.
Oh no!
And then she's got concussions since wrestling.
Yeah.
So she's going to be even worse.
I don't care about the fight itself, but I'm saying props to Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, she got back after.
She looks good.
Yeah.
She had a baby. She had a baby, and she's got hips now.
Yeah.
Because she had the baby. Because she was these athletes. They don't get form. You know what I mean? They don't get any hips. They don't get any shape. And so it's kind of interesting. You look at her now, and now she has some curvature to her body. She looks really good. Now, I don't know if she's any good fighting or anything like that. And it's like Sean said, once she lost, it was over. That was it. She lost all her invincibility. She lost all her edge. Once she got her ass kicked the first time, it was over. Okay? So I would actually count more on Gina Carano over her. And Gina, she kind of let herself go. Like, she was a really thick woman, so I don't know how much she's lost. You know what I'm saying? She's going to come in a bigger woman and more weight. I'm just saying. So she may have an advantage in that sense, but not that I'm going to watch.
This is, what was it? Pacquiao Mayweather.
Right.
This is the same thing, just in the MMA
way after
female fighting world. 2014, this fight was supposed to happen.
Way after
2026, we're getting it.
Right.
And not only that, it is 5 rounds, 5 minutes.
Oh.
And I'm sure they've been training with the idea this was going to happen, but still, it's a lot of fighting.
Yeah.
5-minute rounds.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah. A couple things in the music notes, by the way, just for you folks out there that do like your music and some of the classic stuff. The Scorpions are returning to Las Vegas this fall for their 4th residency in 5 years. They'll be at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. They are, let me see. Let's see. The dates are going to be September 26, 2026, September, but 17, 19, 23, 25, 27, and 29. And then on my birthday, October 1st and the 3rd. All right. Now, I want to tell you one thing. I want to tell you ahead of time. They sound good, but Klaus Main's voice still sounds pretty good, but it doesn't have any power like it used to. So he can't carry the notes like he used to, just to warn you ahead of time. Still sounds good, but not the same power, which is the man's in his 70s. It's very understandable that he wouldn't have the same power in his voice. Bruce Springsteen now has announced a tour. So for you Springsteen fans out there, they're going to have the Land of Hope and Dreams tour beginning on March 31st. For you Floridians, we are getting a date here in South Florida in Sunrise. So that's pretty cool. Or Hollywood, is it? Let me see. Sunrise. So we're going to be at the BB&T, or I'm sorry, it's the Amerant Bank Arena. It'll start in Minneapolis on the 31st. No coincidence that it's starting in Minneapolis, folks. And it's ending on the Washington, D.C. on the 27th. Okay? So that's other news, too, with Springsteen and the Scorpions and Iron Maiden celebrating their 50th anniversary. So in celebrating their 50th anniversary, they're going to celebrate it with a massive Ed Fest. As you all know, their mascot logo is Eddie. It'll be a 2-day fest taking place July 10th and 11th in Nebworth, England. I wish I could go, bro. Wish I had the money to go. They'll perform on the second night alongside Mongolian folk metal band Who and British rockers The Darkness, Australian rockers Airborne, and Scottish rock metal veterans Almighty. All right? So there you go. Fans who also check out the Infinite Dreams experience will have a walk-through museum covering Iron Maiden's half-century of history. The festival website promises artifacts, props, and even instruments up close, making it an ultimate fan event. Additionally, fans can stroll through Maidenville, which boasts the greatest dive bar yet, with a host of Eddie-themed fairground games and rides. This is just awesome. Maiden merch aficionados can also get their fill at Eddie's Mega Emporium and Maidensville stage, which will feature performances from Maiden United, the acoustic Iron Maiden tribute band, hair metal Glamgadon, and more. So there you go. There's a whole bunch of other stuff, but that is pretty cool. Very cool. You got something? What you got? Oh, okay. See what I'm saying? See how big Carano is? Yeah. Yeah. So, and she's lost some weight.
Yeah, that's an official. That was the trailer.
Yeah, she's lost weight from where she was before that. Congratulations to her, because it's not easy losing weight. And for women, it's even harder than it is for men. So, props to women when they're losing weight, man. They're battling more crap than we ever are. So good for her, but she's going to come in with a lot more size and power, dude, on those hits. Maybe Rhonda could utilize a hip check now. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Big O, I don't blame you one bit. If there's a night game, you take a nap and sleep and watch YouTube highlights and do post-game show next season. Going to be well, no, I don't do that for the Dolphins ever, dude. I watch the whole game. I would never do anything like that. I could watch like maybe a Heat game that I didn't watch or something. I can watch the highlights or whatever, something like that. Maybe there's a late night Panthers game. I didn't stay up for it in Vancouver, and I'll watch the highlights the next day. I can do something like that once in a while, but I'm not really doing a pre or post game show on that. If I do pre and post game show, I'm watching it. And yes, the Dolphins will. I'll tell you this: I wasn't going to do a pre-game show if they kept Mike McDaniel. I was eliminating that, but it's back. It's fine, and I know they're going to suck for 2 years. I have no problem, Dude, I know they were going to suck last year, so I had no problem with that. I'm a fan either way. It's not going to stop me from watching, rooting, and loving the team. You know what I mean? But it's not. Also, doesn't stop me from being brutally honest of what they are. You know, that's. I'm not doing that to you guys. I'll let the other people BS you guys and lead you around to other things that, you know. Brett says, music question. 2 progressive rock goats. I couldn't pick one. Steve Howe versus Hackett. Who you got? I got Howe. I got Howe over Hackett. Yeah. They're both great. They're both phenomenal. But I'm going to lean to Steve Howe on that one. Yeah, definitely. That'll be my Steve Howe could be, you know, the god of progressive guitaring. Pretty much. So yeah. Big ol' Michael Saylor was on Fox Business News for about an hour ago, and if you want to check it out later, talking Bitcoin, yeah, I will. I'm sure I'll catch it somewhere on my YouTube feed. It'll come up on my algorithm. Anything that's Michael Saylor will probably come up because, you know, he's the shit, man. He's the guy you want to listen to. He knows his stuff. So what else do we have to talk about? That is it. By the way, on the Dolphins, the purge that happened yesterday is a good thing. It's a great thing. And I tell you this because what you want to see is when at least they take over. Look, do we know if Sullivan or Half are going to be any good? No, we have no idea. But common sense tells you what you need to do right now to start everything off, and you need to clean house. And you need to make some tough decisions, and you need to take the cap hits that you have to take, but you have to move on, and you have to do the right things. So far, these are all the right moves. It's not their fault that they didn't trade Chubb. That's on Champ. Okay? That's the guy was there only for a couple of weeks and screwed up already. So thank the Lord they didn't keep that guy around. So the one thing I will say about these guys, now we'll see how they handle the Tua situation, because the dumbest thing in the world is to bring him back. You've got to part ways. If the guy goes on to figure it out and figure out his body and play well again like he did 2 years ago, then so be it. It is what it is. But on your behalf right now, if you're Sullivan and App, you don't want to inherit problems. And so far, they have rid themselves of fiscal problems. There are a few more fiscal issues that they've got to address. We're going to find out what they do in free agency. We're going to find out what they do in the draft. We're going to find out how good these guys are in the front office. If they somehow can figure out a way to move to and still get some kind of a third-day pick out of it, again, shows you that they're doing a good job of working the phones, selling the player, whatever it is, getting out of the mess that they inherited that they have nothing to do with. But what they are responsible in is how to clean the mess and how to set the ship in the right direction. Because obviously, nobody's been able to figure that out. That's why the Dolphins have been a rudderless ship for 40 years now. They don't go in any direction. They have no idea what they're doing. Everyone that takes over, no clue. Doesn't matter if it's Jimmy Johnson, all the way through now to Mike McDaniel. No clue on what the hell they're doing. They all have failed. Everyone in between has failed. So we're going to find out. But the good thing is that they took the first step, and they're the obvious moves, but sometimes people don't make the obvious moves. The obvious move was to trade Chubb before the deadline, and they didn't do it. The obvious move was not to guarantee Tyreek Hill that last year. You would have been out of that contract. You wouldn't have had the headache that you had all last year and this offseason. So it's very important to make the right move, right? When X had the 10 interceptions, that's when you sell high, and they failed. So we're watching these guys right now. They just took over. They're making the right moves. So this is the first move, easy move on the purge, but at least you know so far they're headed in the right direction. And to me, that's That's all right now. I'm good with that. I congratulate them for doing what they're supposed to do. They got a little bit more, and hopefully they'll get it done. All right, we thank Steve Calabro. We thank, of course, the great David Furones, the amazing Sean Stanley, who masters his program every single day and platform. We thank all the great people out here at Hialeah Park, Michael Golden, all the great people out here getting it done and making it easy for us to broadcast. Thank you all out there for tuning in, hitting the like button, hit the notification bell, whether you made a donation, Cash App, or Venmo. We always appreciate it, or a super chat. We shall see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show.